is now being recorded. Okay, for those of you who are new to us, I want to welcome you to our MVP team training call. Today is April 6th, and as often as we're going to do this, each week my plan is to have a team training call every Sunday evening, right around this time. And each time I do a recording, I'm going to post that on our team training website. And the reason why I do this is because the company is always changing, because we are in beta phase right now, and I expect many more things to change between now and launch date, which is August the 28th. So each week as we do our training, I'm going to keep you updated with all the changes that's going on, and be sure to review the website each week. Okay, new members, you should have received a link to our team website, and it says MVP Team QPay, which is right up here. And if you're new, make sure that you register to become a part of our training updated list, because 3 to 4 times a week I will send an email to our team members updating them on all of the latest and greatest and all the changes that's happening on not only on our team but with the company. So it's very important that you sign up for our team list. Okay, Skype is another way that I stay in communication with our team members throughout the day. It's the fastest way for you to be able to get in touch with me. I'm on there pretty much constantly. And because this is all I do, full time, outside from spending time with families and picking up the boys and doing errands and things like that. I'm always on the laptop, on the computer. I even have Skype on my cell phone, so even when I'm away from my computer, I can still Skype chat. So that's the one place that you. Yes.
Excuse me, this is Carol. But could you do two things? One is turn the dings off, because that breaks up whatever you're saying. And the other thing is that you have a lot of static, and you're breaking up as you speak.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything you can do about that.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can turn off the dings. Let's see if that's under preference. Okay, entry tones. There we go. Shut that off. Exit off. All right, we're good. Do you hear me better now? I actually had it on speaker. How about now? Do I sound better, Carol? Okay, good. So that's probably what it is. I'll go ahead. I'll take it off speaker for the time being. And all right, so let's get back. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way. We definitely want our members to be able to hear exactly what I'm saying. Okay, please, if you have any noises in the background, press *6 on your phone. All right, hold on. I can look at these here and I can just mute them out. Okay. All right. I want to keep this. Open so that you guys can communicate with me. Okay. So if you don't have Skype, go ahead and click on this link. It's a free software. We can Skype chat. Not only that, but we can call each other, and more importantly, we can video talk. And not only that, but Skype has the ability to for us to be able to show our screen share. Just like what Join Me does, Skype has that feature as well. So it's a very powerful tool. It's free. It's powerful. Definitely go ahead and download that. For those of you guys who have members underneath you, you can add them to our team, which is the MVP team. Go to Skype and just add them to this team. Or if you want to, just shoot me a friend request to Diskel. That's my username for Skype, and I can add you also that way. Okay, these are the weekly webinar schedule that we have, and these are held by our upline, Lynette and Dr. Lenny. This schedule has just recently been changed, Sunday at 9 p.m., Monday and Tuesday at 8 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. Okay, again, these are webinars that are hosted by Dr. Lenny and Lynette. Now, Thursday, they have a Q&A only for members at 8 p.m. And if you want to listen to their most recent recording, you can dial this number and access that right there to listen to the most recent recording, which was this past Thursday night question and answer call for members. Now, every Wednesday night at 9 p.m., we do have our MVP team webinar. That's where I host the webinar presentation. I encourage that if you are a part of our team to invite all of your prospects, all of our guests to our team webinar, because on our team webinar, not only do I take a little bit more time and I go into a little bit more details, but more importantly, I highlight all of the benefits of why people want to choose to be a part of our team over other team within the Cubase business opportunity. So that's the schedule right there. From time to time, I'll have it on Thursday, but if I do, I will definitely communicate by shooting out an email to alert you to that, especially as we are approaching the 28th of this month. What I normally like to do is the week prior, I like to do Wednesday and Thursday so that we can, get everyone excited to join in on the program. Okay, sites to remember is the QPay back office. That's what I have for the time being. Once they roll out, the penny auction site, the hosting site, the travel site, all of these are business channels that QPay will get into. And as they make them available to us, I will post them here under sites to remember. Make sure you bookmark them. Currently, it is our QPay back office, and I'll take you there in just a moment. This here, the Getting Started Training video, this here is the most recent one that we have, and I'm going to replace this one with the one that we are doing tonight. Right now, as a matter of fact, April 6th, I will update this tomorrow morning because there are things on here that I will definitely share that is not, or that's been changed since the last training video. Under resources to help build your business, again, all of this information is at our team website, which is the link is right here. Now, I will tell you that within a week to 2 weeks, this is taking longer than what I have anticipated, but we will have a password protected team website. But for the time being, this is the link to our team is right there. Under resources to help build your business, you can find how to enroll PDF instructions. This is where you can click on this, print out the instructions, and you'll be able to know how to register a new unit, how to enroll a person, how to transfer funds, and everything that is discussed in our QPay business. You can click on the compensation plan breakdown, and it will show you the different ways that we earn and how we make money with QPay. We do have a QPay PowerPoint. This is the PowerPoint that Lynette and Dr. Lenny uses. And then there's been requests for people to look at my PowerPoint, which I now have made available. And you can click on this and you can be able to download that onto your computer. Now, with my PowerPoint presentation, for those of you who are presenters like I am and you want to do one-on-one with your own people, hey, edit that. Take out my picture, put your picture in there. That's exactly what I did. I took their PowerPoint and made it mine. You can do the same thing. For those of you who have your own team or people that you like to present to, it's more powerful once you make the presentation your own. Now, here's a currency converter. You can click on that link. It will take you directly to a website where you can convert pounds to dollar, or GBP, which stands for Great British Pound, or dollar, the USD. Okay, and here's the 31 unit map. I definitely would suggest that you print that out. And the reason why you want to do that is because you can keep an offline copy of your binary, because it's always good, because I'll show you in a little bit in our back office. You can only see so much, and then you have to click at the very bottom unit to open up the next row. So it's always a lot easier when you print out the 31 unit map. And then, even if you have more than 31 units, you can go ahead and draw circles underneath there. And so it's always good to have a 31 unit binary map that you can look at, and that will help you to be able to position your units. And I'm going to go over that tonight, because there's been a lot of requests from people on building that binary, how to maximize your earning potential, and that's exactly what I'm going to go over once we get to our team website. Now, for those of you who are interested in wanting to get your own website, your own landing page, your own capture page, to promote this business like what I am doing, and many other of our team members are doing, this is where you can go. Just simply click on that, and it will take you directly to our marketing page, and it will show you, what our system is all about, how much it costs, and how you can get your system set up within basically 24 hours. Number 7 is the income spreadsheet. The income spreadsheet will show you from unit 1 to unit 100, depending on how many units your prospect or how many units you want to get to. It will break down for you exactly how much bonuses you will make, how much you will make after 4 months of payments, basically after 100 payments are up, how much money you will earn, because this will help people to plan and to strategize their QPay business. And folks, when you share people this spreadsheet, it lets them see the dollar signs. It lets them know, because a lot of people, are excited about our business simply because they don't have to sponsor and they don't have to recruit. Just tell me, if I buy a certain number of units, how much can I expect to make? And when you have people like that, send them this spreadsheet. If you click on this, it'll automatically download to your computer, download to your desktop, and you can have a copy of that. And once you do, when prospects ask you how much can you expect to make, just send them that spreadsheet and ask them to call you if they have any question. This tool right here, the income spreadsheet, is probably one of the most powerful tools that you can have as a recruiting tool to use. Okay, I just recently added the AutoRaker. This is definitely a must-have if you want to build your QPay business. This is a tool for anyone that has multiple units, because what the AutoRaker does is basically simplifies your business, where you don't have to log into each unit every single day and transfer your funds into your first unit. It can be a very tedious task. It can be a very time-consuming task, especially when you have 30 units, 50 units, and even 85 units like one of my member has. Okay, and this tool can simplify everything for you. And here's what it does. It provides a daily activity. It gives you the bonuses for the day. It breaks down the profit sharing. It converts the GBP, the pounds, into the US dollar. It tells you how much bonuses you make per day. It's a report of your daily earnings, but more importantly, this software, this tool, will take all of the funds from unit 2 down to unit whatever and transfer all of your funds into unit number 1, so that as soon as you see that you have at least 200 pounds, you can use that and to be able to purchase additional units. And folks, by doing that, you can grow your income that much quicker, and you can grow your business that much bigger. And it's at 4 cents per day per unit, folks. It's a no-brainer. Get it. Do it. And guess what? They don't even need a credit card. It's all taken out of your e-wallet. Okay, so this is a very powerful tool. I've actually used this. They made this available for my other business, Better Living, and I've been using them for, I don't know, for the last 5-6 months now. And I've actually met them in person at a training seminar that we have. And these people, just to give you an idea, the people behind the AutoRaker, they have an online internet business that they host. This past summer we've watched the Winter Olympics. Well, just the past couple months, Without these people, we would not be able to watch the Olympics on NBC. NBC is hosted with them. Okay, Disney is hosted with them. Many other major corporations are hosted with these people. Their security is the top of the top. So I know some members are concerned about security breakthrough and different things like that. Believe me, I've been using these people for many months. That's why I highly recommend them. You do not have to worry about people breaking in there and stealing your funds or anything like that. So that's the AutoRaker. Now here's something that I've just recently added. The QPay welcome email. This is what I use to send out to people, to my new recruits. You know, as a sponsor, you are responsible for setting up your new member. And when I do, this is what I send out to my members. Copy this, use this for yourself as you begin to sponsor other people, as you begin to share this with other people when they come in. Use what I have here, tweak it, do whatever you want to do with it, but put together some form of a welcome email that you can send over to them so that they can they can access, our team website, the back office, gives them the master control panel ID and all these little things. Okay, and then lastly, on our team website, you will find video tutorials. And eventually, I will update these video tutorials, like the introduction to back office, and then the second video is how to register a unit. And folks, a lot of people, I want to emphasize this right here. I put together a 15 unit map placement for sponsoring ID. Basically, the unit map placement sponsoring ID is this. Unit 1 sponsor 2 and 3. Unit 2 sponsor 4 and 5. Unit 3 sponsor 6 and 7, 4, 8 and 9. You see the structure. There will never be a situation where one unit will sponsor more than 2 units underneath that. Why do we do it like this? It's so that you can maximize your earning potential with the company. Okay, you will never sponsor more than 2 units under 1 unit. So if you follow this strategy, you will maximize your earning potential. So I hope you get this point. I hope you see this map, because there's been a few members who use their unit 1 to sponsor every other unit that's underneath there. I don't recommend that you do that, because you are leaving money on the table, so to speak. Okay, so remember, follow the sponsoring strategy right here. How to transfer fund. You can watch this short video and be able to transfer fund, but I'm going to go through all of that right now when we go to our QPay back office. Our QPay back office is right here. The link is directly on our team website. It's also in your welcome email. And let me go ahead and log into my back office so I can show you. When we first log in, okay, wait, let's do that again. Let me start over. When you first log in, it asks for the user ID. Enter in your master control panel ID number. Okay, the master control panel ID number is in your welcome email. Check with your sponsor. If I'm your sponsor, check with me. But you should receive a welcome email with your master control panel ID. Okay, it's a username. It's not a number. It's a username that you have given your sponsor. Okay, so that's what that is. Once you log in, we are now at the master control panel. The master control panel is where you'll be able to view all of your units. As you can see here, I currently have 14 units. Okay, and it shows you, here's my first unit. Here's my second unit. How do I know that? Because it's Donnelly number 2. Donnelly 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not always in order. Here's 8. Here's 10, here's 9, here's 7. How do you know which unit's which? Because you go by the username and you designate the username with a digit behind that so that you know exactly what unit this is. So keep in mind, it doesn't go in chronological order like how it's set up here on this column. So just remember that. Yes. I still do. I think it happens like that. You know what? Let me try my cell phone, because I did this the last time, and when I move my mouse, It causes that to happen. That's right. Hold on. Let me call in using my cell phone. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back now. Does that sound better? I'm on my cell phone now. Okay, good. Gosh, well, you know what? At least the recording, the video recording, it won't sound garbled because it's picking up my voice live. So if you go back and listen to that, it'll be crystal clear. But at least now on my cell phone, you guys can hear me more clearer. Okay, so again, this is my master control panel, and it will show all of your units. Yes. Okay. I thought somebody called my name. So I'm going to log into my unit number 1. Again, how do you know this is your unit number 1? It's designated by your username. And in most cases, I believe in all cases, it will correspond with this column, which is number 1 here. So let's log into the control panel. All right, I am now into the dashboard of unit number 1, and you can normally tell by looking at the top right-hand corner which unit ID this is. It will signify, okay, user ID number. Each unit has its own ID number, so that's how you will know. Okay, so I'm now logged into my unit number 1, which is also known as my main unit or my master unit. It doesn't matter how you call it, as long as you recognize that this is your unit number 1, is so that all of your funds from the rest of the other units, that's where it will be transferred to, is your unit number 1, your master or your main unit. And when you first log in, this is what you see. Now, what I want to show you right away is your membership. When you click on your membership, I want you to go to My Profile. And under My Profile is where you will see all of the information that your sponsor has entered for you. Now, if any of this is incorrect, what you can do is click on Edit. It will be able to open it up where you can go in there and edit any information you want. For example, maybe the username, you want to change that. It's not, it's not spelled correctly. This is where you can change that. You can also change your name. You can change your ID number. Anything about your profile you can change. Now, more importantly, the security question. Initially, your sponsor have set up your security question, and what I like to use is where you were born, and the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you don't like that, this is where you can go to change that. Now, I do advise you, this security question is asked basically for every transaction that you do with QPay. Make it simple. You don't want to have to go in there, click on this, and go down to what's your mother's maiden name. It always defaults to where were you born. And then whatever your answer is, make it very simple. Okay, again, why do you want to do that? Is because every transaction that you do in your back office, it asks you for a security question. And a lot of people don't know how they can change this or where they can edit this. It's under My Profile. Once you edit it, click on Update, and then it will be updated with all of the new information. It will be reflected in your profile. Now, if you forget your password, under membership is where you can change, you can change your password. You can change your login. You will never have to use your login, okay? Because if you go through your master control panel, you can bypass the login password. All you will need to change is your e-wallet password. And your e-wallet password is the computer-generated password. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or anything like that. Okay, again, it's a computer-generated password that is provided to you by your sponsor, or it should also be included in your welcome email by the company. Okay, normally when I send my welcome email out to people, look at this. Under my welcome email, I'll put the unit ID number, which is the QPG number, and then right beside there, I'll put that password. This is the password that you will need when you want to change it. You copy and paste the old password here, and you give it a new password, whatever you want. Make sure that you make all of your e-wallet password the same for all units. Okay, it will keep your life so much easier when you make all of your e-wallet password the same. And not only that, the AutoRaker requires that all of your e-wallet password to all of your units are the same. So that's how you change your password. Now, if you forget your password, and when you change your password, make sure you write that down. Okay? So if you forget what it is, here's how you can recover your password. What password are we going to recover? The e-wallet password. You will never have to worry about ePIN. Okay? E-wallet password, again, you see here it is, security question. What's your security question? Where you were born? What's the answer? Well, initially I have it set to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if you changed it, that's what you put in there. And then once you click on submit, you should receive immediately your password, your e-wallet password for this unit that is up here in the right-hand corner. Okay? Any question? Let me pause for a moment. Any questions about profile, changing passwords, recovering passwords? Well, Willie, what you need to do is when I get done, I want you to go watch this video. Okay? Or actually, well, it's good to watch this video, but when you get a chance, when you get a moment, go to our team website and you see this here, watch the Getting Started Training video. I want you to watch this video. Spend an hour, watch this video. I go through from A to Z. Okay, once you go through this, you will have a crystal clear idea of what QPay is, what you're supposed to do, how you make money, everything. Okay? So, and then after you watch this video, give me a call tomorrow, and then we can go over more individualized questionings, or especially if you have a plan of action of what you want to do, I can put together something for you. So let's get back here. Yes, somebody have a question? Go ahead. Yes. How do you call me tomorrow? My number. What is my number? Let me see if I can show you. Well, you ready to write down 904 900 2100. All right. Okay, where am I at now? Okay, is somebody having a question, or is that you're talking in the background? Speak louder, please, if you have a question. Yes. Okay, I can barely hear you, sir. Can you repeat? Can you talk a little bit louder, please? How can you change placement from left to right and right to left? Are you talking about there is nowhere that I'm aware of right now where you can specify placement? And when we get, see, we have to do everything manually. When we register a unit, and I'm going to get there in just a moment, so hold your question there. When we get to the part about registering a unit, we can talk about placement of left and right. But right now, I'm not aware of any feature that will automatically place a unit left or right. Okay, that's because we need to attach that. All right, that's a good question. Let's go back there. Can you see my screen? Who's this? Say your name again.
Miguel Vasquez.
Okay. Can you see my?
And I tried attaching it into the master ID.
And then what?
Copy and pasting it. I typed them in, but it didn't take for some reason.
Do you have the correct? Do you have the correct password for the unit?
Well, I hope I do, because Mr. Mark Rosen sent them to me, and he never sent me that email that you keep talking about, that welcome email. He never sent me that. He texted me some information, but they are in my binary. I can see them in my binary tree, but they're not in my master control panel.
Okay. This is what we can do. This is what you can do. So you have the ID number to those two units, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have the password to those units?
Yeah, the password. Yeah, I got them right here.
You have the password. Now, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to log out. Can you see? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. Where it says user ID, I want you to put in the unit number. And then I want you to put in that password. I want you to click login. And that's how you would know if you have the correct password. Try it right now.
Okay, maybe I don't, because maybe I do not, because I did try that a couple times as well yesterday and it didn't work. So I'll try it again right now.
Well, if it doesn't work, that means you don't have the correct password. That's why you can't attach in. So what you do is you click on forget password. And you click forget password, and then you type in your QPG number. Okay? Whatever unit right here. And then you click on submit, and then you should get your password immediately.
Okay, so what, a forgot password?
Yeah, forgot password. You go to your, you see right here? Forgot password.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Got some noises in the background here, guys. If you have noises in your background, please push *6 on your phone. *6 on your phone, and that'll mute out your line. Because I'm trying to help members here, and it's hard to try to communicate when there's noises in the background, guys. *6, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, so you know how to retrieve your password now, right?
Yeah, so it said it sent me an email.
Yeah, so the reason why you can't attach in is because you have the wrong password. Okay, so that's why. Now, for those of you who are missing units, that's what you do. At the top right-hand corner here, you click on Attach in Master ID. And then you got to make sure that you have the right password to the unit. Because once you tick in the master, and then you type in the unit number, QPG, whatever it is, and then you got to make sure that you have the correct password for it to attach into the master ID. All right, so that's now you can also change the master password right here too. If whatever's given to you you don't like, you can always change the master password and make sure you write that down. Okay, any questions about the master control panel and attaching units and changing passwords and retrieving passwords? All right, good. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, what do I want to show next? Okay, so I've already showed you the changing password, my profile, registering a unit. Okay, this is very important. It's under membership, and it's also right here on the dashboard, register new. If you click on register new, it will take you to the registration page. And on this page, it asks for the sponsor ID. So what is the sponsor ID? This is where you need to go back to the team website, And you need to look at the, scroll down and look at the map. If you are registering your own unit, again, Unit 1 will sponsor 2 and 3. Unit 2 will sponsor 4 and 5. Unit 3 sponsors 6 and 7, so on and so forth. Remember, one unit will only sponsor 2 units underneath that. Okay, so make sure you follow that guideline to maximize your bonuses. So having said that, let's go back here to the registration page. Now, let me show you the binary tree, because this is where it's important. As you start having multiple units, you want to know how to position your units so that you can maximize your earning potential. Now remember, I just showed you the 15 map, the sponsoring strategy, and that is 1 unit sponsor 2 units underneath that. And if you follow that strategy, folks, you will never fail. You will always maximize your earning. You see what I have here? I initially started with 10. And so what I did here was under my first unit, I sponsored 2 and 3. Under unit 2, 4 and 5. Under 3, 6 and 7. Under 4, I kind of messed up right here, but it doesn't matter. It's 2 units there. Under 5, I stopped at this unit. Okay, and then I start putting in crazy amount of people. Okay, I don't know what's the count now. Probably over 70 people that I put into this business now. What you want to determine is the binary. Okay, the binary is when you have a unit on the left and a unit on the right. How do you determine your binary? The binary caps out at 10 binary a day. You put your mouse on the unit number 1. I want you to pay attention to the orange box that just popped up. Okay, when you put your mouse on there, it automatically pops up. And what I want you to pay attention to here, I can't move my mouse, so I'm kind of pointing with my fingers, but if you follow along with me, you see in the left user, I have 662 right now. On the right user, I have 1,048. So total, I have 1,710 units. 1,710 units currently right now. I'm getting 300 to 400 units a week, guys. This thing is growing like crazy. Okay, so on my right side, I'm very heavy. I have lesser units on the left, and so what you want to do is you position your next unit, whether you're buying it for yourself or the people that you're sponsoring that are buying units. I will position that on the left. So what I do is I go down to the left. Okay, this is my left side, and this is my right side. So I go to the left. Same thing. The orange box pops up, and I look at the left user. I have 329 on the left and 332 on the right. So this is very even. Very even. But I'm still going to go to my left. Because why? I want to maximize my binary. So I go down here to the left, and it's unit number 4. This is my own unit. Okay? When you have multiple units like this, you want to follow this strategy. Why? Because when you bingo for one unit, it's going to cascade all the way up to number 2, number 1. Okay, that's exactly what I'm showing you right now. I go down to number 4. Let's look at the left user. I have 141, and then on my right user, I have 187. So again, I need to go down to my left side because that's the lesser leg. I go down to my left side, which is Donnelly number 10. Okay, at Donnelly number 10, I see that the left user is 67, and then the right user is 73. I don't have any more personal units under number 10. So what I do is I highlight this ID number, and I want to specify the left. Click on membership, registration. It asks for sponsoring ID. This is it. And it will tell me unit number 10. I'm going to specify them on the left. Why do I want to do that? Because I want to bingo on my unit 10, bingo unit 4, bingo unit 2, and bingo unit 1. You see that? By putting in one unit, I'm getting 4 binary. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be using bingo. I'm so used to Better Living. By placing this unit on the left of unit number 10, I'm going to have a binary bonus on 10, binary bonus on 4, binary bonus on 2, and binary bonus on number 1. So you're leveraging your binary bonus by placing units like that. Now, for those of you who are not sponsoring anybody, here's what you need to be concerned about. Here's how you strategize. You go from left to right. Okay? That's it. Left to right and follow this map placement. Let's say you have 15 units. Where should your next unit go? Underneath number 8, it'll sponsor 16 and 17. Underneath number 9, 18, 19. Underneath number 10, 20, 21. Should I go over here or should I continue on? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Just go from left to right. Eventually, it's all going to be the same. But when you get to the point where you're like me, where my binary tree has hundreds to thousands of people, okay, I'm going to be at 2,000 here by next week. When you have hundreds to thousands of people, man, this back office is moving slow tonight. Because I want to, here we go. When you have hundreds and thousands of people, you put your mouse on the unit and look at the orange box, and you see left user and right user. Whichever has the lesser leg, you go down there and you build on the lesser leg. Questions about binary?
Okay, so Don, this is Carol. So do you ever? Okay, so Don Lee 10. Once it has sponsored 2 units, then that's the maximum that it can sponsor. Or can it sponsor more than 2 units? Like you're going to, use that as your sponsor ID right now, but hasn't it already sponsored 2 units? So
oh yes.
Why would you go even deeper to a unit that you've registered under 10, under so and under? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's a great question, Carol. The reason why I stop at 10 is because I don't have any more personal units. If L. Griffin was a Don Lee 15, I would go down to this unit. But because it isn't, it's another member. You see? I mean, does that make sense?
I understand that.
What's that?
I said, I understand that.
Okay.
Looking at your binary tree right now, it appears that Don Lee sponsored L. Griffin and Kay Eshman.
Yes.
So that's what it's too. But so I guess I have a multi question here. My first question would be, is if you're weak on the left side,
yes,
and you want to add more to your left, can the Don Lee position be the sponsor ID for a new unit that you're going to buy yourself?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, so then that would go on the bottom of your left of Don Lee 10, no matter how deep that would be.
That is correct. That is correct.
Okay, then the next time you're going to buy a unit, would you then make a note of that, and that you bought Don Lee 30 or whatever number it would be down there, so that you would know to go down and buy underneath that one and keep buying underneath the bottom unit?
That is correct. Yes, if you have more units, yes, you would go to your very bottom units. Just like you said, if Don Lee 30 was at the bottom low left down here, I would go all the way down to that unit, and I would make that unit the sponsoring unit. Why? So that I can get a bingo bonus for that unit at the very bottom, and it cascades all the way up to Don Lee 10, and then 4, 2, and 1. so you can maximize and leverage the binary bonus.
Now, the binary bonus is only paid levels 2 through 6, correct?
No, that's the leadership.
Oh, I thought it was both of them. Okay.
That's only the leadership.
Okay. Excuse me, Don. What if your sponsor has spillover and you cannot? Can you still use your sponsor's spillover to count as your downline, as your unit when you are doing this binary?
The spillover only counts towards your residual pay, which comes once a month. It does not count for binary.
Okay. Excuse me, John, this is Carol again.
Yes, go ahead.
Leadership bonus pays levels 2 through 6.
That's correct.
So then, once you get to your 6th level, then you wouldn't go any deeper. You would find another unit that you still have levels 2 through 6 until you've built 2 through 6 on all of your personal units.
That is correct.
And then we go to the next 7th level.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
See, Carol, you got it all understood.
I tell you, I wish I could keep a hold of it.
And you know what, Carol? I mean, initially, the reason why I grasped this so much faster is because like I said, I was involved in Better Living, and QPay just mimic Better Living to a T. And with Better Living, I didn't know all of that until, months down the road, once I start placing units and I see, oh, okay, this is how I get paid for that. And I just learned, through that. And, I'm just happy to be able to share that knowledge to the members right now who are new to this opportunity, who are new to QPay. And that way you don't have to go through the learning curve that I have. And I can just simply, tell you, yes, this is how it's done, or no, that's how it's done. And so, yeah, it sounds like you have a good grasp on the binary, or how to leverage your units. Now, some members, let me go back. Some members are wondering, because I get asked this quite a bit, when there is an opening, or when there is a gap. Can you fill in the gap? Okay, let me see if I can point that out or show you. Let me randomly choose one of the units down here and see if I can show you a gap. There's no gap down there. I mean, my units are beginning to be so deep now that, okay, like for example here, here is a vacant position right here. Now this person, Fortunate, okay, their username Fortunate. If Fortunate wants to put a position here, they can't, because this position here is saved by Cly Chris. Okay, Cly Chris can only place that position here when you go to register. He'll have to use this as the sponsoring ID, and he'll click on left, and then that's where this unit will be placed. But let's say you want to place that position there, you can't do it as the sponsor. You would have to specify Cly Chris as a sponsor, and in that case you miss out on the retail bonus. But I want you to know that currently, right now, how it is set up by the back office, we cannot click on this link or click on this vacant position and be able to fill that in. I wish they did that, because in Better Living, that's how we did it. We click on the open position and then we fill in the information. I don't know why they don't do that here. Hopefully they can work on that and be able to give us that feature, because of how it's set up right now, there's a lot of gaps. There's a lot of opening, and so it takes away from you filling in every position that is in your binary or that's in your 2x10 matrix. So before we continue on here, any more questions about the binary, the placements, how to maximize for beginners? If you follow this 15 map unit placement strategy, you will be fine. Okay, just remember that each unit sponsor 2 underneath that, so on and so forth.
This is Larry from San Francisco.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry.
What Don is Ivor?
Okay, let's take Larry first, and then Ivor next.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a question about my main unit. You sponsor my first 10 units. I'm Al Griffin. At any point, should I change at what number should I change or develop a new master unit? Right now I'm at 35, and my first unit is still the main unit. Is there a number where you should change your master unit or create a new master unit?
No, you will never change your master control panel ID or password. The master control panel, I think I understand what you're asking. See, if I click on master control panel again, it will show all of my units, and whether I have 14 units or 114 units, you will always keep all of your units attached under one master ID, which shows up here. So yeah, you will never change your master control ID. Does that make sense, Larry?
Yeah, so why is that question there? Well, it says optional. When you register, when you get down, it says master unit is optional. When you register the new...
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Let's go down here. You're talking about here, user master ID optional. Always, when you first register, your sponsor will create your master ID for you. Okay, so by the time you get your welcome email, you will have a master ID set up. But for those of you, like let's say you are sponsoring a new person, you will set them up with a new master ID. But after your master ID is created, you always, with every unit that you personally create, again, let me repeat, with every unit that you personally create, you always use existing master ID. Why? Because when you enter in the existing master ID for the registration of this unit, that unit will then be attached to that master control panel so that you'll be able to see all of your units in one place. If you don't do that, that unit would not be attached. And so what you have to do is you have to go up here and click on attach in master ID. It's extra steps. That's not necessary if you go ahead and specify when you register a new unit, if you specify right here your existing master ID, it will automatically attach that unit for you.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Any other question, Larry, before I move to Ivor?
I got you. Thank you.
Okay. Ivor, go ahead, please.
Yeah, a couple of questions. I am trying to register my unit. The first unit I'm going to register, but I've got existing members under me already. And every time I try to use that master ID, it kicks me out, says that wrong information. And my e-wallet ID, I log in with the same ID number. It's not letting me create a new, get into to register my new unit. And the question then comes in, when I go down to the master ID there, use master ID as optional. I type in create a new master use the master ID. Okay? And the master ID is my username, correct?
Yes.
And then my master password, what I use to log in. Correct?
Yes.
So I do that, and it tells me every time that wrong information.
That's because you already have an existing master ID. You never choose create a new one. You always choose create existing.
No, I'm using the use existing master ID.
And that's because you've changed your master ID. Now, okay, the reason why it's invalid is because you changed your master ID password. So how do you get that? How do you get that back? You go back to your master control panel. Now, well, let me ask you this: can you log into your master control panel?
No.
You cannot log into. You cannot log into master control panel. Okay. So if you can't log in, you won't be able to change your master password. So this is what you do. You log out, or you go to the login page. Log in, you click on forget password, and then you enter in your username. Have you done this?
But see, what I'm saying, the same password I use for everything is the same all the way. It has to be to log into the website. That's the only password I'm using for everything. So
wait. Are you logging in? No. Let me ask you something. When you say you're logging in, are you logging into your master control panel, or are you logging into the individual unit? Because from right here.
Yeah, from right here, I log into my account and I put the regular password I have, and it does let me in.
It does let. Okay. Wait. Okay, Ivor. So it does let you in. Now, when you go in, does it say master control panel?
It has everything here and master control panel, but I can't open that master control panel.
No, you don't. Okay, wait, Ivor, slow down. Just answer my. I want you to answer my question because you're confused somewhere, and I need to pinpoint where it is that you're confused or perplexed.
Okay.
When you log in, does it show master control panel?
Yes, it does.
Can you see your units? Can you see?
I can see units, meaning yes. When I go to
wait. No, wait. Well, Ivor, wait. How many? Can you see? Can you follow the screen right now on the webinar? Can you follow my screen?
Yes.
You are following my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you log in, so when you log in, you see master control panel right here, right? No. Okay. So. Okay. Now wait. That means that you did not log into the master control panel.
Okay.
So whatever you logged in, whatever you choose to log in, see, I had to determine that first. You did not log into your master control panel. Now initially, when I sent you the welcome email, I gave you a master ID and a password.
Okay.
Did you try to do that?
I've got to look at the email, but my question to you, right now, when I log in here, I'm seeing dashboard, EP manager, membership, master control panel, business.
Okay. Yeah, you are logging into. Okay, let me tell you then. You are logging into the individual unit. It's not master control panel. You see up top right hand corner? It'll show you which unit. It'll show you which unit you will log into.
Right. Okay. So I have to go back to that email and check what that master control thing is.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Yes, the welcome email. Let's see here. Yeah, here's the welcome email, and I will tell you. Log into QPay Backups master control panel ID and if I did it for you, I originally set it up to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay.
Yes.
So you just have to find that email and see what that ID is. Okay. So you see how we were able to pinpoint that you did not log into the master control panel. So just go ahead and find that, and if you have a question, go ahead and follow up with me tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Will do. Sure. Thank you.
All right. Yes.
Hello, Don.
Yes.
This is Richard. I only have one unit. I'm getting ready to buy another one, but I've got skill over the went under my master one on my left. So how do I go from there?
Okay, so you have spillover, which is a good thing. That means that you'll be earning from every one of those units on residual pay. That comes once a month. Now, so when you buy the next unit, what you want to do is click on your binary tree. Okay. Click on your binary tree, and well, right now it really doesn't matter because for you to earn a binary, you have to sponsor a unit on the left and a unit on the right. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, Richard. You can just go ahead and copy your main unit and just specify, you know, left or right.
Which one I put? Just go ahead from the right.
Yeah, just go. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Just go ahead and put it on the right, or go ahead and put it on the left. Yeah, the spillover are there already, so that's a big plus. So just go ahead and just you know, you just pick. You just pick.
It's a plus, but then it's not a plus. I can get a binary left and right.
That's right. What's important now is you're working towards your binary. So your second unit, if you place on your left, your third unit you must place on your right to be able to get a binary bonus.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for asking, Richard. Any other questions about registering a new unit?
John, this is Carol, and this isn't actually about registering a new unit. I'd actually like to go a little bit back in what you were talking about. You explained that if you're not sponsoring, then you would put your unit left to right, but you never went past that to tell us if you are sponsoring new members, then what do you do?
Yeah, what you have to do then is, that's a great question, Carol. You guys hear me mention a lot that on a webinar that it doesn't matter if you purchase 100 units for yourself or you sponsor 100 people that purchase 1 unit each. Because the bottom line here is the more unit that you have in your group, in your organization, the more money you will make. And so what happens here, let's say you start sponsoring people. So you start out here with unit number 1, and you put in unit number 2. Well, unit number 2's, you know, bought like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Okay, 6 units. So basically, your left side, you know, is already covered under this 15 unit map. So so all of your right side, you basically have nobody over there. So if you sponsor another person, then you would place it on the right. So you sponsor unit number 3, but unit number 3 only came in with 1 unit. You still place them over there. The third person that you bring in, where do you place that person? You place that person here where number 6 is at. Because why? You want to build a lesser leg. Because you want to maximize all of your all of your binary bonuses. Does that help some, Carol? Because each person, you really, when you get to a certain point, you can't control how many units each person's buy. And so when you get to that point, that's where you have to look at the binary orange chart, and you have to look and see which side is lesser. And you want to be able to build from left to right or as close to that as possible. But when it gets to a certain point where one person comes in and buys 35 units, you know, on one side, then you're going to have to focus building the other side so that you can get it evened out.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions about registering units?
Yes, Don, Ivor again.
Yes.
I did log in. I did change the master ID, and I saw that registration. Now, the question that this is my second person unit. I've got lots of people, I got about a couple of units under me. So now the question is, how do I know where to put this new unit that I bought for myself so I get credit for it?
Well, what you want to do, Ivor, is you want to put your mouse, okay, are you looking at the screen?
Yeah.
Put your mouse on your first unit, okay? and you look at the orange box. Look at the left user and the right user. Which side has the lesser amount? Whichever side has the lesser amount, that's where you're going to place that next unit.
Right, that I understand. That I understand very well, and I've done that. But the question I'm trying to ask now, will I have to search for that, or will the computer place it itself? Do I have to search and see where that is? Because it shows me just 15 members here.
Yeah.
And so
that question is determined by this answer. Do you have any units underneath your first unit? That's on that's on the lesser leg.
Yes, I do.
Well, if you have a unit that's in that lesser leg that belongs to you, you go down to that unit. You go down to that next unit that's yours. Okay, like me, like right here. If you look at the screen, the lesser leg is on the left. So I go down to this unit. Why? Because I own it. And then I look at the orange box again. And then I see which one is the lesser leg, which is the left user. And then I own this unit, so I go down to that. Whatever it is that your bottom unit in the lesser leg that you own, that's going to be the sponsoring ID.
Okay, so if I can repeat back to you, I have just one unit that I own at top. But I leave it down, say, to the bottom of any of these here, and that's where I place my unit.
That's right.
Because I just have one. So
okay, so it doesn't matter. So right now, it doesn't matter. If you only have one unit, it doesn't matter. Just put it on the left for the next one. Okay, just choose, highlight the sponsoring ID. This is what you do. Highlight the sponsoring ID. Click on membership registration.
Yes, I've got all that done.
And then just click the left. Because you only have one unit, right?
Yes. Okay. That's Vinny.
Okay. Any other questions?
So, I was 3 of that.
One more time. Oh, good.
I was not 3 yet.
Oh, you're not, Ivor? You're not through yet?
No.
Okay.
I'm talking to you. I've got my name. I've got the username that I'm choosing. Say Combuts2. Okay? Then I go all the way down. I do everything there. So when I get down to the bottom of this here, when I select one, it'd be
existing.
Use existing master ID.
Yes.
Right. Then I use my master ID, which is my Combuts, not Combuts1, Combuts, right?
Yes.
And then my master password. Okay, got it. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Hello, Don.
I got it. Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
I'm right here in my master control panel, and I did get that second unit into my master control panel. But my main one is at number 2. Does that matter? Or
No, it doesn't matter because you know you didn't add it in at the right time, so it doesn't matter. You just got to know. Remember, it's always not in order. What's important is that you look at the username and see which one's the master ID, and that's where you transfer the funds into.
So would you suggest having my master ID and my username to the top four the exact name?
Okay, guys, there's some lots of noises in the background. If you have noises in the background, please push *6. That way I can understand our member's question bearer. If you have noises in the background, *6, please. Okay, ask me that again.
Also, I was asking, would you suggest to have the main unit, the username of the main unit and my master ID the same exact thing? Because right now they're not. But would you suggest that?
Yes, yeah, that's what I suggest, and that's what I set up for all of my members. That their username, their main username is their master control panel ID.
Okay, cool. I'll change
All right, good. I'm glad you're able to attach that. Yeah, make sure you attach your third unit in there.
Yeah, I'm going to get that done right now, too.
Okay, good. All right, any other questions? All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and move on to fund transfer. Fund transfer. Okay, fund transfer is a very fun thing to do because each day, this is where you can log in and then you can be able to see how much money you make. Let's start over at the mass control panel. Let's say, for example, I want to know how much I have in unit number 2. You log into unit number 2 and you look at the net balance and it'll show you I have 190. Remember, this is pound. It's not US dollar, so I want to emphasize that. Lots of members confuse this to US dollar, but it's pound. And so what you want to do is you want to transfer this. Let me do a fund transfer. I have 190 pounds. I type in 190. You can't type in the decimal and anything after the decimal right up here. Okay, only the whole number. Transfer ID. We're going to transfer the ID to unit number 1. This is my unit. I have it memorized. Okay, where were you born? Again, that security question. And then the e-wallet password. If you haven't changed your e-wallet password, it's in the original welcome email. And then under remark, just put something in there. I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for a time. But you have to put something in there. And then you click transfer. Normally it doesn't take this long at all. It's very fast. It's just that their server is running very slow tonight. And once it's done, it'll tell you transaction successful. X out, and then you can see here available balance is 0. If you click on dashboard, you see that's 0. So I've just transferred 190 pounds to my main unit. Now, why do we want to do that? That's because when you have multiple units like this, when you combine all of your income from each unit, once it totals 200 pounds, you log into your first unit. Once it totals 200 pounds, you will be able to buy another unit. As you can see here, I have 2,700 pounds. That means that I can buy 13 units right now. Okay? And when you buy 13 units, you'll be able to make more bonuses and be able to buy probably another 3, 4 more. That's the power about this company, because they pay immediately. So that's how you do fund transfer. Now, that's why I say it's so important when you have multiple units, because I don't do any of that anymore, because I allow the auto raker. The auto raker, where is that thing? I allow this here. I'm more than happy to pay them 4 cents a day per unit and just do all of the tedious task of what I just showed you. Especially when you start having 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 units like some of our members. It can be very, very time consuming. Any questions about fund transfer? All right. So once you have money, you want to withdraw funds. How do you do that? You go down to my e-wallet. You see where it says fund, excuse me, fund withdrawal? This is what you do. You enter in, just print out this page and take it to your bank and tell them to fill this out for you. Or you call them up and you have them fill this out for you. Okay, make sure that all of the information is correct. And you click on submit. And that's how you're able to fill out, that's how you do a bank wire. If you can hold off from doing a withdrawal from your back office, because the fees are ridiculous. You got to have at least 600 pounds before you do a withdrawal. Okay, or at least that's the last time that I did it. They require 600 pounds, which is equivalent to $1,000. And Okay, let me mute out a couple of lines here. All right.
Thank you. There's somebody that's having a continuous conversation in the background, driving me crazy.
Me and you both. And let me give you an idea of their ridiculous fee. I was expecting $100 US. 600 pounds is equivalent to $100 US. I was expecting $100 US. I only received $843. It was highway robbery. I tell them I was doing that just for a test because many people were asking, have you received money from the company yet? Yes, I have. Within 30 days. I'm sorry?
You made $1,000.
Yeah. I did a $1,000 withdrawal test, U.S. test, a month and a half ago, and instead of receiving $1,000 US, I only received $843. So they took away $157. Okay. So my advice to you all is this: if you can hold off, hold off. Lynette from her last Q&A call mentioned that they're in the process within 30 days that we'll have a global debit card and we can withdraw money within 24 hours instead of waiting 2 weeks. Within 24 hours, be able to have that money transfer into our card, and then from that card we can use it. And I can promise you the fees won't be an arm and a leg. Okay? So that's what I'm doing right now. And any questions about withdrawal? Okay, so that's withdrawal. Let's go down to, let's see, business channels, my downline, leadership bonus, all of that self-explanatory. You guys can just look at that later. I want to just bring out something, something that's important, something that I get asked quite a bit. Let's look at the reports. It's always good to look at your reports, your daily income. This is how you can determine if you are earning. Okay, so for example, on the 4/6, I didn't earn anything, which is Sunday. They don't pay on Sunday. On 4/7, I guess it's already there. They pay normally around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when they pay. Okay, so make sure you remember that. And then by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when the bingo bonus starts over. Remember, it caps out at 10 bonus. Bingo, 10 binary bonus. I keep using that word bingo. 10 binary bonus a day. At 8 p.m., around that time, it resets again back to 0 so that you can earn another 10 binary bonus. I can't tell you how many hundreds of thousands of dollars I've lost each and every day because they cap it out at 10. I wish and pray that they can roll it over. They can carry over, but right now they don't. And I put in a word to have it be recommended that they carry it over, because if they do, that binary bonus can become very substantial, very substantial. So the daily report is where you'll be able to see exactly how much money you make from the leadership, from the binary. You see 10 binary, which is 100. The good news is on the 28th, we're going to get a pay increase on the retail, the leadership, and the binary. And of course, the daily pay, it will go up. It will go from $5.25 right now, or $5.28, somewhere around there, to $6.60. So on April 28th, when we launch, we'll get a pay increase. Can't wait for that. For me, that's just like a pay raise. And so that's the daily income list. Now, the mail center. Sometimes there are certain issues and glitches and bugs that I cannot help you with. And when that's the case, this is how you contact the admin. You click on Mail to Admin, and then you put in the subject line problems, with whatever, and then in the subject line, unit number, QPG, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, can't get password, or missing payment, or whatever it is. Make sure you specify the unit number so that they can help you quickly. The more specific, the more direct, the more to the point. Again, you got to remember, these people are in India. English is their second language. And so the more precise, the short and the simpler. Just remember, KISS, keep it simple. Less is always better. I've learned that with the Hong Kong people, with Better Living that I'm dealing with, and I'm finding the same thing with QPay. Keep it short, keep it simple. All right, let's see. So that's the mail center. Use it as often as needed. I've already gone through reports. Anything else you guys have any questions about?
Yes, this is Carol again. You gave a time, Eastern time, when Daily Pay comes out, but I couldn't get it down fast enough. What was that time again?
Around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard is when Daily Pay, when we get the daily bonus.
Okay.
And 8 p.m., around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard is when binary bonus starts over, recycles.
Okay. Then I have one other question. Is I was listening to Lynette's Q&A call from last Thursday.
Yes.
She mentioned something about something. Okay. And so what it brought a question to my mind is will there be requirements that we have to do for each unit that we have purchased for ourselves at some point in the future?
Yes.
Like okay, can you tell me what that might be?
Yes, sure. I can, because because I know they're mimicking, copying Better Living to the T. And so I can tell you what to expect. April 28th, when we launch, what's going to happen is they will flip on the penny auction site. Let me show you. The penny auction site is going to look like this. I'm going to show you Better Living's penny auction site. Okay? And it's going to be similar. This is the penny auction site. Let me log in here. And then I want to show you what you're going to have to do. Okay, because I expect them to do the same thing. On the penny auction site, you are going to be given bids. How many bids? I don't know. Probably 1,000 bids is probably what we'll get, or maybe 500 bids. And then we're going to have to use so many bids a day. So for example, in this unit, Donley 19, I have 1,800 bids. We need to bring it down to 0. We need to bring our bids down to 0, okay? Because if you don't use a certain number amounts of bids a day, for this company, they require 20 bids a day. And I'm assuming QPay is going to be identical. If you don't use 20 bids a day, you will not get paid for that day. That doesn't mean that you're going to lose a pay. You're still going to get paid 100 days. It's just that you're going to be delayed a day. So make sure you use your bid. Now, how do you use your bid? You go to the auction, and then you look at all of the auctions that's available. And then here's what you do. You click on, I'm just going to randomly, again, I'm using the Better Living auction because we're going QPay, I promise you, is going to be identical because they copy this business to the T. And so I'm just going to randomly choose this Apple MacBook. It's going to click on it, and then it's going to open up to this auction. And QPay will have what they call an auto caddy, or in this case, a caddy. And in this caddy is where you'll be able to set it and forget it. So this is what I would do. Current price is $276. Maximum bid, which for this company is half. Okay, or normal price for QPay, it'll be $9.92. I'm going to show you QPay. And then number of bids that was given to you. If they give us 1,000, you type in 1,000. Okay, and then you click on set bid. What's going to happen here is this auto caddy is going to use up your bids for you automatically. Now, if you don't want to use the AutoCaddy or the BitCaddy, you see where it says manual here? You can click on 10, and it will give away. It says here your bids was placed. Let me click it again. Right here, your bids will be placed. QPay is going to be identical to this. On August 28th, when they launch the penny auction site, each unit that you own, you will have probably 500 to 1,000 bids that you will have to use every day. And you set up the caddy, and it will use it all up for you automatically. You set it once, and it's done. And once a week, what I do is I log in, I check to make sure that this bid count will go down to 0. That's your goal. Once you get it down to 0, that means that you will be qualified to receive the next 100 payments. Did that help answer your question, Carol?
Yes, but it's not something that we're going to have to. It's going to cost us money out of our pocket.
Oh, no. When you buy the units, you are provided with these bids. Now, you can strategically, listen to this, you can strategically set up your AutoCaddy to win or not win the item. Now, with Better Living, when you win the item, you have to pay the balance. With QPay, you do not. So I love that aspect. Now, if you don't want to get the item, there's the company, you can probably do an exchange with the company, just like you can do exchange here with Better Living. That's what they do. So I love the QPay auction right now simply because I don't have to pay the difference. Once you end it, you just have to pay the shipping, and they'll ship that item directly to your front door. But what's mandatory is that you have to use 20 bids a day.
Okay, and then what about the other things that come in, like the little black box for the television and the travel and all of those different things? Will there be any requirements that we have to participate in any of those?
All of that is new. I don't know the details to any of that, but I can tell you for a fact that once the penny auction is set up, that's what we're going to have to do. I think eventually, this is just my opinion, I think eventually once the companies start rolling out multiple products and services, for example, the Q-Box, I don't know how much that costs. I think Lynette might have mentioned a few $100. Maybe one unit, 1 or 2 or 3 units might qualify us to receive that product, that box. And if we get that box, then we don't have to apply, use the bids at the penny auction site. So that's just my opinion, because we can choose which products and services or businesses that we want to apply our unit towards. And I do believe that once we get closer to launch, and once they start launching these products and services, we'll have all the details to that. But I can tell you right now, the first thing that they're going to launch is the auction, and that's what we're going to have to do with the auction, is to use the bids, 20 bids a day. They'll have a bid caddy, auto caddy of some sort, where we can just automatically use up the bids for us, and we can strategically set it up so that we can win the item or we cannot win the item. And in Better Living, for me, it's just strategic in using up all the bids so that we can be qualified to receive all of our payments. So that's how I have it set up. Any other questions?
Do you have to do the caddy for each individual business unit, or just one time for all?
No, you will have to do it for each unit.
So you got 1,800. You got to go for each one of them.
Now I got 1,800 units that I got to use. So this is like I have 1,800 bids that I have to use up. You know, it shows here I've already spent 21 bids for a day. My goal is to bring this down to 0 so that I can get paid the next 99 payments. All right, any other questions? Any other questions before we wrap up this call? Now, I do want to emphasize to you that we have 3 weeks left before launch. For those of you who would like to earn more money between now and the time we launch, I highly encourage that you share this opportunity with other people. Okay, well, let's see what Marilyn asked. Marilyn, what'd you ask? Where are we allowed to post info on this besides Facebook? Well, I'm not sure right now, Marilyn, because I have a website and I just basically direct traffic to the website. So outside of Facebook, I don't know any other places. I'm not much of a social network marketing type of guy. I know you can't do YouTube or anything like that. They don't want us to do that. Yeah, probably Backpage, Craigslist. You know, that would be a good place to drive or generate leads, generate interest from people. Yeah, and what to say that is okay to use. Don't say anything. I mean, just say something very generic. You know, if you're interested in making money from home, I have a great opportunity that doesn't cost much, that has allowed my partner, use me, my partner Don Lee, to earn over $70,000 in 2 months. Something like that's going to catch their attention. $70,000. They either think it's a scam, or for a lot of people who are interested in making money, they say, "Tell me more. What is it?" So don't use the company's name. They don't want their name on any advertisement. So that's what you can do. And use QBids URL. No, we don't have any QBids or anything like that. No, don't use any QBids or nothing. Just make it generic, Marilyn. All right, good. You type fast. All right. Any other questions? All right. Oh, okay. Going back to what I was wanting to say. For the next 3 weeks, this is what I've learned in working from home for over 10 years. When there is a deadline, the deadline is always to your advantage. For some reason, people are stirred and moved and get excited and motivated by a deadline. Don't ask me how, why. It always happens like that. That's why the business people, you know, there's always an expiration date when they run a discount, when they run a promo. A deadline is what gets people off the fence. The people that were going to send me money on April 1st, when they realized that the deadline has been extended, guess what? I had about 5 people that didn't send me the money to join. They'll say, you know, I'm going to wait a few more days, but I'm going to get in before the deadline. I'm telling you this for one thing, that if you want to make some extra money between now and the 28th, start sharing this with people. Start inviting them to our webinar. If you don't like my webinar, that's okay. Invite them to Dr. Lenny and Lynette's webinar. Invite them to something. If you have a website already set up, drive the traffic to your website. If you're on my email list, you know each week, 3 to 4 times a day, I send, 3 or 4 times a week, I send an email out to that list. I just keep dripping on them. You know, giving them my results each week, telling them how amazing this company is, inviting them to my webinar. And you know what? I'm stirring people. I'm causing excitement. And when the actual day comes up, the 28th comes up, 5, 10 people out of nowhere start sending me money to buy units. Okay, this happens every single time. You have 3 weeks now to drip on your list. Here's one thing that you have to overcome for those people who are new to marketing and advertising. I know there's a lot of fear as far as what people might think, what people might say, whether they think your program is a scam, it's an investment, it's this, is that, whatever. You're going to have to get over that. Okay? You are in the business of shifting and filtering through the people. You're only trying to see who's interested and who's not. You're not trying to sell nobody nothing. Okay, that's my mindset. That's the mindset that you need to have in order for you to be successful. Because once you start focusing on what people say, what people think, there's already garbage on the internet about QPay. If you focus on that, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get disappointed, you're going to think that you got involved in a scam, and then eventually you want to get out or you want to quit. That's always what happens once you focus on the negativity. Now, I'm only going to focus on the people that want to earn money for the next 3 weeks. I want to talk to you. This is what you need to do. I don't care if you're going to email them, if you're going to post a message on Facebook for your friends, however you communicate with them. You get on the phone, you call them, whatever you have to do. Remember, you're only inviting them to look at an opportunity to make more money. That's it. That's all. They're going to start asking you, well, what is it, Don? Well, you have options. When they ask you that question, what is it? Here are your options. If you have a website, you send them to your website. You send them to your capture page. Okay? And for those of you who got your website set up, you know exactly what a capture page is. If you don't have a website, that's okay. Here's what you can do. You invite them. You ask them, well, I have an opening Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. What's better for you? You invite them to one of our presentations. Whether it's mine, I encourage you to get them on our team webinar. Okay? It's more powerful once you get people on our team's webinar. Or if they can't do it on Wednesday night, send them to one of Lynette or Dr. Lenny's webinar. Invite them to the webinar. Get them exposed to the business. Once they get on the business, once they listen to the business, then they'll hear about how amazing this is, how the money that they can make, how there's a deadline. Okay? But all you're doing is just sifting and sorting and filtering through the people. Don't allow a no be a rejection. But they're not rejecting you. They're just rejecting the invitation to look at a business. Some people are just not in the business of looking to make money from home. All you're doing is, hey, are you interested in making a lot of money in a short time? Of course they are. Well, what is it? And then they'll ask you, how much does it cost? What is the product and services? What do I have to do? How do I make money? They'll start giving you a barrage of all these questions. You said, good. Those are all great questions. Now, I have a video on my website that explains everything that we do. Do you have about 40 minutes to go to my website and watch that video? That's it. You give them a website. You don't explain. You don't present. You do nothing. Okay? You let the professional do it for you. Me, Dr. Lenny, Lynette, you let the video, you let somebody else do it. And then all you do is you call them back up and say, hey, did you check it out? And if you did, what did you think? And then if they start asking you a question, you put them in touch with your sponsor. And if I'm your sponsor, you put them in touch with me. You three-way them into me. I don't want you to answer questions for them. Let me do it for you. Use me as your upline. Use me as your sponsor. Even if I'm not your sponsor, if you're on my team, guess what? I'm going to make money from everything that you do. Use me. Three-way me up. Call me up and say, hey, Don, I have a person that have been to the webinar, that's watched the video. They got some questions. When can you talk to them? We'll set up a time and let me do all the talking. Okay, just let your people know. Be honest with your people. Hey, I joined this 10 days ago. This is what I did. Just share your testimonial without sponsoring or recruiting people. Now, this is how much money that I made, and I decided to put that money back into my business to grow my business by purchasing additional units. Share what your testimonial and your experience. That's it. When they realize that they don't have to do any sponsoring, any recruiting of people to earn money with this, I promise you, it will catch their interest. It will capture their excitement. They want to learn more. They want to know more. And then if they want to know more and learn more, send them to the webinar, send them to a presentation, or send them to a website. That's what you do. And then you three-way them into me or three-way them into your sponsor. Let us close them for you. That's what you do. Because if you do that effectively, between now and the 28th, you're going to bring in people. There's two ways. I'm going to emphasize this again. There's two ways that you can grow in our business. Either you buy more units or you bring in people that buys units. The bottom line is, the more units that you have, the more units that you own, the more money you're going to make. You see, I only have 14 units. About 95% of our members have more units than I do. Okay? But what I'm good at is I can market, I can advertise, and I can bring in people that buys in 10 units, 20 units, 35 units, 50 units. And you know what? Every time they buy, I make a piece of that. So if you don't have money to buy you more units, then you bring people that buys units. Okay, so with that, I want to wrap up this call. I've definitely gone over the time that I wanted. I hope tonight's training call has been helpful, guys. Let's make the next 3 weeks count. Start inviting people. Oh, and also, let's do this for the team. For every person that sends in a testimonial, and I've been requesting a testimonial over the weekend, please submit one, because all of us as a team member can benefit, because you all can use that and say, hey, look at this. Carol did this. Joan did this. Bill did this without sponsoring, without recruiting, or, I sponsored 2 people, I sponsored 3 people. This is what happened. I didn't sponsor anything. I bought in 10 units, and then in a few days, I was able to buy 5 more units from my earnings. Please take, just 1 minute and send me a testimonial that we can use on our team. And I will make the testimonials available for every single member on our team so that you can use that. Because testimonials sell, folks. Testimonials sells very well. That's why now on my webinar, when I do it, before I open it for question and answer, I always would like to get teams, members to come out, at least 3 or 4 different members come out, just kind of share it, 10, 15 seconds, not much. I'm not asking you to speak and all this and all that. Just say, hey, I joined, on January 15th, I bought 10 units, and without recruiting a single person, I made, this much money, and I went ahead and bought 3 more units the very next day. When people hear from different voices like that, they get excited. It sells people. And so I'm asking you, as the leader of our team, if you've been in this business for any amount of time, please submit a testimonial. And because it's a team testimonial that I'll be able to make available to every single one of you, where you can use that and be able to build your business. So with that, I'll see you this coming Wednesday on our team webinar, and start inviting as many people as you can, because we have 3 weeks left. In the next 3 weeks, folks, it's going to be amazing. I'll definitely be over 2,000 units for sure. And many of you will probably hit some record-breaking numbers as well. I believe this by far has been the best business that I've ever done within my 10+ year. The most money that I've ever made in such in the shortest amount of time, and we are about to enter pre-launch. I can't imagine, 6 months from now where we will be. probably in a position of where Lynette is right now. We're definitely one of the fastest growing team within the company because of what we put together for our team, and I'm so blessed to have each and every one of you on our team. If there's anything that I can do to help you out, please let me know. I know sometimes I can be a little bit, short, direct. Please forgive me about that because I deal with a lot of people, and sometimes, with 4 kids running in the background and different things pulling at me at all different times, I can be a little bit harsh, and I do apologize for that, and I try to catch myself, and I'm learning as well. I'm growing, just as much as all of you are all growing. We're all growing together as a team, and that's what it is. It's a team. It's a team build. Together. What's team stands for? Together, we all earn more, or something like that. It's a team, and what I've put together is for the benefit of our team, and that's why people want to be a part of the MVP team, so they can access all of these resources, all of these benefits, all these testimonials that I'm doing. There's always a reason. There's always when I'm asking for something or when I'm doing something, it's not just it's not just for show. There's always a purpose, and the purpose is to grow our business and to be able to make these things available so we can all capitalize and use the resources. So with that, have a wonderful night, everyone, and we'll see you on this webinar this coming Wednesday. Good night now. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Don. Amazing call.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.